Have you ever heard someone say, "If they really loved me, they would know. They would know I needed support. They would know I needed affection. They would know I was hurting. They would know what matters to me. They would know what makes me feel loved." At first, this idea sounds reasonable. After all, love is supposed to create understanding. The closer two people become, the more connected they should feel. And yet, this single belief may be responsible for more unnecessary disappointment in relationships than almost any other. Because the truth is simple. Love is not mind reading. And many relationships suffer not because two people do not care about each other, but because they expect understanding without communication. One person feels neglected. The other feels confused. One person feels unseen. The other feels unappreciated. One person is waiting for proof of love. The other believes they have been showing it all along. And somewhere between intention and perception, frustration quietly begins to grow. This is not just a problem in marriage. It happens in dating relationships. It happens between husbands and wives. It happens between parents and children. It happens in friendships. Because human beings often make the same mistake. We assume that what feels obvious to us must also be obvious to everyone else. But relationships do not work that way. Imagine two people standing on opposite sides of a river. Both are trying to communicate. One speaks through light. The other listens for sound. Both are sending messages. Neither is receiving them. The problem is not effort. The problem is translation. And many relationships suffer from exactly this problem. One person is trying to love. The other person simply does not recognize what is being offered. This is one of the most painful realities in human relationships. Good people can unintentionally make each other feel unloved. Not because love is absent, but because understanding is. Many people spend years waiting for their partner to figure them out, waiting for them to magically discover what they need, waiting for them to somehow decode feelings that have never been clearly expressed. The expectation sounds romantic, but in practice, it is often destructive. Because no matter how much someone loves you, they still experience the world through their own mind, not yours. They have their own history, their own assumptions, their own experiences, their own understanding of affection. And unless those things are discussed openly, misunderstandings become inevitable. One person may believe that love means spending quality time together. Another may believe love means working hard to provide security. One person may feel deeply cared for when receiving gifts. Another may barely notice gifts, but feel loved through physical affection. One person values words, another values actions. Neither is wrong. They are simply speaking different emotional languages. The tragedy is that many couples never realize this. Instead, they assume the other person should already know. And because of that assumption, disappointment quietly accumulates. A husband may work tirelessly to provide for his family. Long hours, extra effort, sacrifices nobody sees. In his mind, every hour worked is an expression of love. Meanwhile, his wife may be longing for uninterrupted conversation. She appreciates the effort, but what she truly misses is connection. Neither person is necessarily failing, yet both can feel misunderstood. The same thing can happen in reverse. A wife may spend enormous energy creating comfort, warmth, and care within the relationship. She invests thought and attention into the small details of daily life. Meanwhile, her husband may feel most loved through encouragement, appreciation, and verbal affirmation. Again, neither person lacks love. They simply have different ways of recognizing it. And this is why communication becomes so important. Many people communicate disappointment. Far fewer communicate expectations. They say, "You never do this. You should know. You don't understand me." But they rarely stop to explain what understanding would actually look like. Imagine giving someone a map with no destination marked, then becoming upset because they never arrived. That is what many people unknowingly do in relationships. They hope, they assume, they expect, but they never clearly explain. One of the most loving things a person can say is, "This is how I experience love." Not as a demand, not as a complaint, but as an invitation. An invitation into deeper understanding. An invitation into a part of themselves that the other person cannot automatically see. This requires vulnerability, and vulnerability is difficult. Many people fear that explaining their needs will make them seem needy. Others fear rejection. Some worry that asking for affection somehow reduces its value. But the opposite is often true. Clear communication gives love direction. Without direction, even sincere effort can become wasted effort. Think about a gardener trying to care for two different plants. One needs frequent sunlight. The other needs more shade. If the gardener assumes both plants need exactly the same thing, one of them may suffer despite good intentions. The problem is not lack of care. The problem is lack of understanding. Relationships operate in much the same way. People need different things. Not because one person is right and another is wrong, because human beings are wonderfully diverse, and diversity requires curiosity. This brings us to another habit that makes relationships healthier. Never stop learning your partner. Many people act as if understanding is something that happens once, as if after enough years together there is nothing left to discover. But people change. Life changes them. Experience changes them. Responsibilities change them. A person at 25 is not the same person at 45. The things that mattered 10 years ago may not matter today. The things that felt comforting then may feel insignificant now. Healthy relationships understand this. They remain curious. They keep asking questions. They keep learning. They keep updating their understanding of each other. Not because the relationship is broken, because it is alive, and living things require attention. There is another mistake people often make. They assume that because someone loves them, that person should naturally know how to show it. But love and skill are not the same thing. A person can deeply love another while still being poor at expressing it. A person can care sincerely and still make mistakes. A person can have good intentions and still miss important needs. Recognizing this creates compassion. Instead of assuming neglect, we begin considering misunderstanding. Instead of assuming indifference, we consider confusion. This shift matters, because suspicion often damages relationships faster than mistakes themselves. Many conflicts begin when misunderstanding is interpreted as rejection. A forgotten detail becomes evidence that someone does not care. An imperfect effort becomes proof that someone is not trying. But often the reality is far less dramatic. The other person simply does not see what you see. They are not inside your mind, and you are not inside theirs. This is why healthy couples become students, not judges. Students remain curious. Judges assume they already know. Students ask questions. Judges make conclusions. Students seek understanding. Judges seek evidence. Relationships thrive when two people remain students of one another. There is another important truth that deserves attention. When your partner makes an effort to love you well, acknowledge it. Many people are quick to notice what is missing. Few are equally quick to recognize what is present. Appreciation reinforces connection. People naturally move toward what receives gratitude. When effort is consistently ignored, motivation often declines. But when effort is noticed, relationships strengthen. This does not mean pretending everything is perfect. It means recognizing progress, recognizing intention, recognizing growth. Love grows best in environments where appreciation exists. A fireplace continues providing warmth because it is maintained. Relationships are similar. The things we appreciate tend to flourish. The things we ignore often weaken. Eventually, all of this leads to a surprising realization. Many relationship problems are not caused by a lack of love. They are caused by a lack of clarity. Two people can care deeply for each other and still feel disconnected. Two people can be committed and still feel misunderstood. Two people can genuinely want the best for each other and still experience frustration. Why? Because love is not enough by itself. Love needs communication. Love needs curiosity. Love needs translation. Love needs understanding. Without these things, even sincere affection can become difficult to recognize. The healthiest relationships are not built between mind readers. They are built between communicators, between people willing to explain, people willing to listen, people willing to learn, people willing to adjust, people willing to say, "This is what helps me feel loved," and equally willing to ask, "What helps you feel loved?" Perhaps one of the greatest misconceptions about relationships is the belief that understanding should happen automatically. In reality, understanding is often built deliberately. It is built conversation by conversation, question by question, clarification by clarification, year after year. The strongest couples are rarely the couples who instinctively know everything about each other. They are often the couples who never stop learning, never stop listening, never stop communicating. Because they understand something important. Love is not mind reading. It never was. Love is the willingness to keep learning another human being, to remain curious about them, to remain open to them, to remain teachable. And perhaps one of the most loving things we can do is stop expecting people to guess what our hearts need and start helping them understand how to reach us. Because when understanding grows, affection becomes easier. When communication improves, connection deepens. And when two people become committed students of one another, something beautiful begins to happen. Love stops feeling like a mystery and starts feeling like a home.